They walk among us, yet most of the world never notices them. In a universe obsessed with attention and cameras, there exists a different kind of soul, a quiet kind, a shadow kind. While everyone else rushes to show their best angles and filtered smiles, these people remain unseen. There is no profile picture staring back, no endless selfies, no proof they were at the party or on the trip. Not because they aren't there, but because their life is not a performance. People assume it's insecurity, shyness, or a fear of judgment. But the truth is darker, stronger, and much more deliberate. Those who remain unseen do so by choice. Because they learned something the rest of the world is still blind to. If the world can't see you, the world can't control you. They understand what visibility costs. One picture can turn into a story you never wrote. One post can become a cage you can't escape. One glimpse can invite 1,000 opinions you never asked for. They've watched people be torn apart by strangers. They've seen confidence collapse under silence when the likes don't arrive. They've seen private happiness destroyed because someone online had something cruel to say. And so they decided, my peace is worth more than validation. My life is worth more than entertainment. They protect what others give away too easily. Their face, their moments, their joy, their vulnerability. They don't fear the world. They simply don't trust the stage the world performs on. Picture this, a group is taking photos, perfecting the pose, retaking again and again. Everyone's laughing for the camera, not for the moment. But one person steps aside, hands in pockets, eyes somewhere distant, feeling the scene more deeply than anyone trying to capture it. Later that night, everyone else scrolls through pictures that already feel fake. But that one person, they still feel the warmth of the sun. They still hear the real laughter. They still carry the moment in full color, not flattened through pixels. They lived the memory instead of performing it. And that simple difference changes everything. These invisible ones are observant. They see what you hide between your captions. They hear the insecurity beneath loud confidence. They sense the truth behind every mask because they wear none. They talk less but say more. They appear rarely but leave an impact. They don't need the spotlight because they have presence. Others overshare and still feel unseen. These people share nothing and become unforgettable. There's a quiet power inside them, a mind always analyzing, a heart always listening, eyes that don't miss a single detail. Mystery surrounds them naturally, and mystery is magnetic. While some chase attention until they lose themselves, private souls stay rooted, grounded, and real. No audience, no performance, no scoreboard, just authenticity. They enjoy moments for what they are, not for how they appear to strangers online. They know happiness is fragile. Joy can be ruined by exposure. Not every memory survives the camera. So they protect their best ones, guard them like treasure, hide them where only real life can reach. They're careful with who gets access and who gets close because they learned the hard way. Not everyone wants to understand you. Some just want to use what they know about you. And the less the world can hold against them, the safer their soul remains. They feel deeply, that's why they reveal slowly. They trust rarely, that's why they trust powerfully. If they let you into their world even a little, you should know that's not casual. That's not just a post. That's a sign. You are safe for my truth. And that means more than 1,000 likes ever could. Their silence is not emptiness. It's protection. It's strategy. It's peace. They've mastered the art of not needing to be seen to feel alive. They don't need to prove they exist. They simply exist fully. You won't find the best parts of them on a feed. You'll only see it in person, face to face, soul to soul. Some people shine brightly online but disappear in reality. These people do the opposite. They are unforgettable in real life because their value isn't edited, their value is felt. And here is the strange twist. Even though they avoid attention, attention often finds them. Because people can feel authenticity. People can sense a story untold. People are drawn to the unknown, even if they don't understand why. In the loudest room, they are the calmest presence. Their quiet confidence is louder than any shout. They are the ghosts that every crowd remembers, not for what they posted, but for who they are. They are proof that some of the strongest souls walk silently. But here's what most people never see. There is a reason they became the way they are. Somewhere along the line, they learned that the world doesn't always handle gentle souls with care. They learned that eyes can wound, that attention can burn, and that exposure often invites cruelty before admiration. So they built armor out of silence. They wrapped their heart in privacy. They chose shadows not because the light scared them, but because the light isn't always warm. Someone once took advantage of their openness. Someone once twisted the story they trusted others to hold. Someone once turned their vulnerability into a weapon. And in that moment, a new version of them was born. A version who said, "Never again." They realized the world feels entitled to the lives it sees. Once people think they know you, they act like they own your narrative. So these souls disappeared on purpose, not from life but from display. They learned that privacy is the last sacred thing left. Everyone else is fighting for relevance. They're fighting for peace. Everyone else is screaming, "Look at me," they whisper. "I'll show you only what matters." And strangely, that whisper echoes louder than all the screaming, because rarity is power. Scarcity is allure. Mystery is unforgettable. When they walk into a room, they don't rush to prove their worth. They already know it. They don't need a filter to feel attractive. They don't need comments to feel valued. They don't need a following to feel real. Their confidence comes from a place the internet can't reach, from surviving, from rebuilding, from knowing themselves without anyone else's reflection. They see the world differently. Where others see a crowd, they see intentions. Where others see a post, they see insecurity. Where others see perfection, they see the cracks beneath. And where others see a face, they see a story, one the internet would never understand. This perception is a blessing and a burden, because when you see deeply, you can't unsee the truth. That's why they protect themselves, choose wisely, and reveal slowly. They know who can hurt them, and they know who never will. If they let you in, you should feel honored, because they don't make room easily. Their loyalty is rare. Their trust is earned. Their love is intense. They may not post their relationships, but they'll treat someone they love better than any public relationship goals ever could. They may not show their friendships, but they will show up when it matters, every time. They may not broadcast their life, but they live it more fully than those who do. There's a reason their aura feels different. They are not draining their soul to keep up with a feed. Their joy isn't for sale. Their pain isn't for gossip. Their heart isn't for strangers to dissect. They heal in silence. They grow in quiet. They transform in private. And when they reappear in the world, they come back stronger every time. They understand the darkness, not with fear, but with familiarity. They understand loneliness, not as punishment, but as connection with self. They understand detachment, not as distance, but as protection. Because in shadows, you learn things light can never teach. You learn resilience. You learn intuition. You learn the weight of your own spirit. People misunderstand them constantly. You're too quiet. You're too private. You're too mysterious. They smile because people fear what they can't categorize. Others don't know how to handle someone who doesn't beg to be seen, who doesn't perform, who doesn't explain, who doesn't apologize for existing quietly. And here's the final twist. The world will always try to make them step into the spotlight. But they don't need the spotlight. The spotlight needs them. Because without mystery, without depth, without the unseen, everything becomes empty, predictable, and forgettable. They are the balance. They are the reminder that life is not content, it's experience. That worth is not measured in reactions, it's felt in silence. That real power is not loud, it's still. So if you ever meet a soul like this, someone who smiles at the world without giving it too much of themselves, pay attention. You are standing in the presence of someone the world tried to break but couldn't. Someone who chose to protect their peace instead of proving their existence. Someone who decided their life is sacred. These are the ones who glow quietly, love fiercely, feel deeply, and move like shadows with purpose. They are the invisible ones, unseen, unbothered, unshakable. And their message is simple. I exist beyond what you can see. Because sometimes the most powerful presence in the room is the one you never fully see coming. There's one more thing about these invisible souls, a truth most people never get close enough to discover. Behind all the silence, beneath all the privacy, inside the shadows where they live, is a heart that loves like a storm. Not for everyone, not for attention, not for approval, but for one. One person who sees them. One soul who earns the key. One heart who doesn't fear their depth. Because once a private soul lets you in, you are not just someone. You become home. They don't love halfway. They don't love temporarily. They don't love publicly to prove loyalty. They love privately to protect loyalty. No posts, no performative affection, no validation needed. Their love doesn't need witnesses to be real. They are the type who would rather stare at the stars with you than show the world they're with you. They choose connection over exhibition. They choose presence over presentation. They choose you over everyone watching. And here's the powerful part. The same silence that protects them will protect you. They won't expose your weakness. They won't broadcast your mistakes. They won't let the world turn your life into content. Love becomes a sanctuary, not a spectacle. They won't shout they love you. They'll show it in every quiet action, saving the sweetest moments for just the two of you, listening to the parts you hide from everyone else, guarding your name when you're not around, protecting your heart like they protect their own. That kind of loyalty is rare. That kind of love is real. And if anyone tries to cross them or hurt someone they care about, that's when you discover their silence is not weakness, it's power held back. They are calm until you touch what they protect. Then their darkness wakes. Then the fire they keep contained becomes a shield, a sword, a warning. Some hearts are quiet because they're dangerous. They have walked through pain without applause. They have rebuilt themselves without attention. They have earned their peace without permission. That's why they guard it fiercely. They know what it cost. People ask why they keep their life private. The answer is simple. What is sacred is not for sale. Not their emotions, not their growth, not their love, not their soul. Their inner world is treasure, and treasure must be protected from greedy hands. They left the loud world to return to themselves. And what they found in the quiet was strength, identity, clarity, and self-respect. Now they don't chase, they choose. They don't beg, they attract. They don't perform, they exist. And that existence has gravity. They won't tell you who they are with words. They'll show you through energy, through presence, through the way the air shifts when they step into the room. They are the type you remember long after conversations end, the type whose silence speaks long after they've walked away. And now, here's the twist. Maybe you're not just listening to this. Maybe you're recognizing yourself inside it. Maybe you are one of them. Maybe you're the one who steps out of photos because the moment is too real to reduce to pixels. Maybe you're the one who loves quietly because loud love has burned you before. Maybe you're the one who protects your peace because you had to rebuild it from pieces. Maybe you're the one who doesn't shout your story because you are still writing it. Maybe you've always been told you're too quiet, too private, too much in your head. But listen closely, you are not too little, you are too rare. And the world doesn't know how to handle rare things without breaking them. So you became your own protector, your own witness, your own keeper. And that doesn't make you invisible, that makes you untouchable. You are the calm in chaos. You are the mystery in the crowd. You are the depth in a surface world. You are the one they never fully see coming but never forget once they do. Because you are proof that presence doesn't need proof, that real doesn't need recognition, that power doesn't need noise. You are one of the invisible ones, unseen, unbothered, unshakable, unforgettable. And your story, it's just beginning.